Okay, so we've just got a little bit more to go here. If we go to the next slide, uh, another thing that indicates a possible chemical process or chemical change is the development of an odor. This would indicate the presence of a new substance or the formation of a new substance, and so a chemical change. And we need to ask at this point, how do we detect that? How do we actually go about smelling a new odor? We have to remember that we don't just stick the reaction container right up under our nose. That's dangerous. Excuse me. We hold the reaction container away from us a foot or so, and we waft the molecules towards us to see if we can smell something new. Okay, so keep that important safety tip in mind as we go through the lab this year. One other chemical change is oxidation or rusting. The rusting of metal involves the loss of electrons from metal atoms and the formation of a new substance. So this is a chemical change. And then we have some physical changes that we're aware of. Changes of state, the freezing of liquid, melting of solid, and vaporization to form a gas do not involve the destruction or formation of new substances, and so therefore are physical processes. Changing of form, simply changing the form of a substance by handling it in some fashion, does not involve the changing of its chemical nature. And so, if we took a block of wax and molded it into a candle, there's been a physical change, but the chemical nature hasn't been changed. And then finally, the process of dissolving substance is sort of a gray area for us. There are some arguments that you can make for chemical changes. There are some arguments that you can make for physical changes. And we'll talk a lot more about that when we talk about solutions. But for now, especially really simple substances like sugar or sodium chloride will state that these substances are not being changed. If you dissolve sugar in water or you dissolve salt in water and then you taste the water, it still tastes like sugar or salt. So the chemical nature hasn't been changed. So we'll call the simpler dissolvings similar physical changes. Okay, so as we go throughout this course, we'll try to build on our observational skills to help us pursue understanding of molecular and atomic bases for chemical and physical properties. And hopefully this is a good start to that. We can see what kinds of things we need to be on the lookout for to say, hey, a chemical process is just going on there. Okay, so one last thing, take a little quiz for me. We've got 10 statements of processes or properties or changes here, and I need you to tell me whether they're physical or chemical. I'm not grading this other than to say that you did it. So don't worry about getting answers correct or incorrect. Just try your best. And that's the end of this. Okay? So stop.